Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanso, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today, we have a bombshell article for you guys here today that we want to get into. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So you know it was about a week or so ago now where the news came out of Molly Qerim leaving ESPN abruptly, right? And it was abrupt because a lot of us didn't see it coming. We hadn't heard anything about it, and I think even ESPN, they themselves were blindsided by it. Even what I think they had a content creation there or content at ESPN. I believe the gentleman's name is Burke Magnus. Even he said that they were a bit taken aback by it, but hey, Molly ultimately made her decision and she did what was best for her, etc., etc. etc. Right? So a lot of people were kind of speculating, well, why did she leave the show? We did some lives about it where people were like, well, even me myself, I was like, well, maybe she wanted to move on to something different. I'm sure people were saying, some people were like, well, maybe she made a lot of money along the way, blah, 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 blah. But a lot of us were like, well, it didn't make any sense, right? Because it just seemed out of the blue, right? And even when she posted about it on social media, there was a comment where she made like, this information came out, I'm just paraphrasing here, this information came out in a way where, and I didn't intend it to come out, but nevertheless it did. And, she expressed her feelings about it, etc., etc., etc. So this morning I was going through the internet looking for what to talk about, and I came across an article here from The Sun that really took me aback. And it has the following headline stating, moving on, Molly Qerim offered $2 million a year deal at ESPN rival after stepping away from disrespectful first take contract talks. Now, I want to continue on what the article says. It says Molly Qerim is reportedly mulling over multiple options following her shock first take exit. The Sun can exclusively reveal. The 41-year-old announced she was leaving the sports network after 19 years on Wednesday, sending her fans into a meltdown. Then continues on, Molly quitted ESPN after 19 years with a close pal, stressing friction with ESPN co-star Stephen A. Smith was a contributing factor. Continues on. The U.S. Sun has been told that the popular 41-year-old has been inundated with job offers. Here it goes. Plenty of options. But the TV favorite won't be away from the spotlight for long. A well-placed source who is very close to Qerim has told the U.S. Sun that the offers have been flooding in since the news broke earlier this week. The insider says ESPN's rival Fox has already been in touch about her covering the NFL, college football, as well as some high-profile NCAA basketball action. The U.S. Sun understands a $2 million 3-year deal plus bonus and adds-on is in the works. There's also a chance of hosting some of Fox Sports shows, with the network reportedly keen to snap to invest in the best female talent to lead their programming. They view her as a star, the source told the U.S. Sun. We also understand there could be opportunities to work on podcasts, with sponsors already queuing up for a piece of the action. Qerim has been on First Take Hot Seat since 2016, but as extensively reported, the U.S. Sun friction sparked behind the scenes by Stephen A. Smith and has continued to cause issues. Now here it goes. She wants to be the main host and leader of the show, added a friend who spoke on the condition of anonymity. She has reached a point where she no longer wants to continue with the show, finding the situation and overall atmosphere at First Take unbearable. Ultimately, she has decided to do what's best for her. Let me just get this straight. Okay. This article is saying that she's getting offered $2 million a year deal from an ESPN rival, which in this case is Fox Sports. They're offering her $2 million a year. If she would be open to taking a contract of $2 million a year, how much was ESPN offering her? And forget about how much ESPN was offering her. How much was she getting paid before? And I'm not trying to pocket watch. The most disgusting thing a man could do, I believe, is pocket watch a woman. But just for the sake of this conversation, how much money was she making at ESPN for an offer to be on a table of $2 million? Now, I'm assuming that they had an idea of what she was being paid. Otherwise, you don't want to just offer somebody something and you don't have a general idea of what the going rate is. But given the fact that they're saying that Fox is keen to have her, one would assume that they would be offering her something better than what she was being offered before. How much was Molly Qerim making at ESPN First Take? I don't want to believe. Like, okay, Stephen A. Smith was making, prior to his contract, what were they saying? What, 12 million, 14 million a year or something like that? So what was Molly making? What, $1 million a year? $1 million in New York City or wherever she lives? I'm assuming it's in New York. Working for ESPN, $1 million? Really? And then Stephen A. Smith just read up for $100 million? $100 million? $100 million. So you're telling me that the value, all the value that Molly Qerim was bringing to the network was less than $2 million a year? I would leave too. I would leave too, because I'm not just looking at it, oh, it's $2 million. I'm looking at it in terms of what is the value that I'm bringing here. Yes, I understand the market, what the market is willing to pay. I get all of that. But damn, for them to be offering her $2 million, how much were they paying this woman? And I want to get to a different topic a little bit later that kind of piggybacks off of what Stephen A. Smith was saying. Because now hearing this, and I'm hearing this $2 million offer, well, damn, who were you talking about, Stephen A. Smith? We want to know the juicy details about this one too. We want to know. But if they were offering her less than $2 million a year, that's crazy. And you can't compare it to, oh, $2 million is $2 million. Yeah, so it's a lot of money. No, you got to compare it to the industry, your position in the industry, the show that you're on. Come on, you got to look at all of those factors as well, baby. You got to look at all of those. You just can't compare it to $50,000 or $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year, yes, is a lot of money. But it also, you have to what job are you doing? There's certain jobs that pay more, that pay less. So in this particular case here, I think this is crazy, and I think I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show, and I'm out. Peace.